What is up, Aries? How y'all doing, man? Guess what time it is? Y'all are one of the lucky ones. I'm starting a little bit early. Let's go ahead and knock out your December 2024 main monthly reading. December 2024, man, there it went. There it went. Pew. Another year in the books, dude. December 2024 for Aries. So I do have an announcement to make. For those of you catching this video in the month of November, I'm running my Black Friday sale until the end of November. And that is $100 off all Zoom call readings. Okay? That's going to run until November 30th. So all the information for personal readings and everything else is on my website, tarotwithrich.com, and you can find that link in the description of this video, okay? All right, let's jump on into this. I don't even know what I'm going to start this off with. Let's start it with the person that you're interested in. Person Aries is interested in. Aries love interest. Let's see what's happening in December. What's happening in December, universe? Between Aries and their love interest. What's happening? Ooh, man, look at that, though. It looks like a love offer coming into me. But there's some kind of blockage in the way here. Okay. So I'm seeing a love offer being made. I do think that I see a relationship being attempted, but it seems like something's in the way here. There's some kind of blockage. Now, that blockage could be any number of things depending on who you are and what your situation is. It could be conflicting work schedules, could be family. Hey, maybe this person has a family member that don't like you. Maybe you have a family member that don't like them. Could be any number of different things, but there's definitely some kind of blockage that's getting in the way here. Definitely. So that's all I'm really getting here. All I'm really getting. The question really at the end of the day is, do both of you want this bad enough to overcome the blockage? If you want it bad enough, ain't no blockage that's going to stand in your way if you want it bad enough. I don't care what the blockage is. If you want it bad enough, ain't nothing going to stand in your way. So, okay. Well, let's see how this person feels about you and what their energy and intentions is. How's this person feel about Aries? What are their true feelings and intentions? Person Aries is interested in. Whoa. Ooh, 9 of Pentacles. Well, this person's definitely very independent. And I kind of, I don't know why I feel like this, but I feel like a lot of you already know that. They seem to be very independent. They're very comfortable by themselves. They're not afraid of being single. They're not afraid of being alone. Queen of Swords. Could be an air sign or an earth sign for some of you, but it doesn't really feel like this person is really emotional. Got the Page of Cups here, so they do have some emotion for you, but it kind of feels more like it feels like a very light-hearted type of, like a crush. It's not really like a heavy, intense, emotional love connection. It's kind of like they have a little crush on you, But I think this person's much more about their work and their finances than anything else. They're not afraid of being alone. They work very well by themselves. They may be afraid of getting really emotionally involved. I think they would probably want to take things slow. Could be somebody a lot younger than you. I'm getting a lot of immature energy in here too. So I wouldn't say that they have bad intentions. I wouldn't say that. So that doesn't mean that they won't do any shitty things, but it means that, they don't wake up in the morning with a plan to lead you on, string you along, play games with you, lie to you, or anything like that. So Okay, so it looks like their intentions are pretty solid, but I just don't know how willing they are going to be to overcome the blockage, whatever that blockage may be. For example, let's say it's their mom. Let's say their mom don't like you, just for example. Does this person want this bad enough to say, Mom, you can fuck off, or you can leave me alone? Which is it going to be? You going to leave me alone and let me do my thing and let me live my life without trying to tell me what to do? Or are you going to fuck off? Which one's it going to be? Do they want you bad enough for that? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. See, I'm not saying that's exactly what it is. I'm just saying whatever the blockage is. Let's say it's a conflicting work schedule. Okay. Well, do they want this bad enough to go try to find another job? Or ask their boss to change schedules with somebody? Let's say you all live at a distance. Do they want you bad enough to leave their whole fucking life behind and relocate? That's the only thing I'm kind of seeing right now in the beginning, that they're not really 100% sure if they want this that bad. Let's see how it plays out for December. What's the outcome? Ooh, uh-oh. You know what that is, right? That's some drama. That's some drama, though. Yeah, communication's terrible between the two of you. And I just think that, see, not only that, but the first half of December is going to be Mercury retrograde. And the last half of December is going to be post-shadow. So there's going to be communication issues in December one way or the other. So you take somebody who's not a good communicator and try to communicate with them during a Mercury fucking retrograde in Sagittarius. Yeah, that's drama waiting to happen. With the Aries, shit, that's a fucking hand grenade. The fucking pen done got pulled out of the hand grenade. That's what that is. So, gonna be a little bit of drama, but I don't think I'm seeing separation. I don't see you moving on from this. But you're not gonna be able to get through December without some of this. Okay, well, let's get some advice. What's the advice? What's the advice? Do-do-do. Monitor your vibration. Monitor your frequency. Oh, you ain't going. Okay, well, here's the thing. With this person here, I know that you ain't going to want to hear, of all signs, you ain't going to want to hear this. But it's going to require some patience. Some patience while the two of you get to learn each other's love language, get to learn each other's vibrational language, and work on communication. Because in the very beginning, if the two of you can't figure out how to communicate at the deepest level, it won't survive 2025. It won't. So that, I know that kind of sounds corny. It sounds a little bit cheesy. Sounds a little bit cliche. But dude, you have no idea how fucking important communication is. Do you have any idea the staggering number of relationships that end strictly because of communication issues? It's insane, man. And a ridiculous number of relationships end mainly due to communication issues. I would say no less than 65, 70% of relationships end because of communication only. So, okay. All right. Okay, so your love interest, let's see, what should I read next? Let's look at the current long-term relationship. If you're not in a long-term relationship, This is not for you. If you are in a long-term relationship and you're not having problems, this is not for you. How's the current long-term relationship looking for Aries in December? Uh-oh, Magician reversed. Ooh, a lot of walking on eggshells energy going on here. A lot of manipulation, emotional manipulation, and drama, drama, drama. You know this is a codependency connection, right? Especially those of you who are in a long-term relationship with a fucking water sign. I promise you, you are wrapped up in a codependency connection. But I mean, the good news is I'm not seeing separation happening. That's the good news. The bad news is I'm not seeing really anything different happening at all. December gonna look like November, like October, like September, like August. Okay, we can keep going. That's what December is gonna look like. So. Okay, that was short and sweet. Some of you dealing with an Aquarius, possibly. Let's see how the current person feels about you and what their energy looks like. How do they feel about you? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they? What are their intentions? They're intimidated by you. But like I always say, it's not you that's intimidating them. It's them that feels intimidated by you because they have zero self-confidence, little to no self-esteem. So it has more to do with their perception of themselves than it has to do with what you're doing. Not saying you're 100% innocent, but yeah, you get the point. Okay. Told you you're dealing with a codependent. Told you that. You're dealing with a codependent, dude. So when you're dealing with a codependent, nothing that you ever do will ever be good enough. Ever. Ever. When you're with a codependent, their emotions are your responsibility. It's your job to make sure they feel the way they want to feel. If they don't feel the way they want to feel, it's your fault. And it's your job to fix it. If they're feeling insecure, it's your fault. And it's your job to fix it. If they're feeling lonely, empty, sad, and depressed, it's your fault. And it's your job to fix it. So nothing you do will ever be good enough. You know why? Because it's not your fault and you can't fix it. That's why. But they think you can. Deep, 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 deep down at the deepest level, they are convinced that their emotions are your responsibility. So nothing you do will ever be good enough because it's impossible for you to fill that void. But yeah, drama, 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 drama. They definitely play the victim. They believe that every problem they have that you all have ever had is your fault. They believe every problem that you're currently having is your fault, right? It's all your fault. And it's your typical codependent. There's always blame, 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 blame. Okay. They do feel like y'all are repeating a karmic cycle. They're not learning their lesson. They're not even willing to look at the truth of the situation. They're not even seeing things for what they are. All right, well, I think we got the outcome in the first spread. I don't think separation is happening. I think December going to look just like November. So let's get the advice. What's the advice? You focus on your own happiness, boo-boo. I know it's hard, especially when you're stuck in a codependency connection. It's extremely hard. It gets to a point where if you spend enough time focusing on your own happiness, the two of you will separate by way of universal law. I mean, there will be nothing. If you can latch on to and hold on to pure happiness for an extended period of time, the two of you won't be able to coexist in the same space at all. So here's the question. Five of Wands done came out for the third time in a row, and it's reversed here in the advice. Do you want to just keep putting up with this for the rest of your life? That's just an open-ended question. Because you have one or two choices with a situation like this. Either boot, scoot, and boogie, deuces, or step back and say, fuck it, what I got's what I got, so I might as well deal with it. That's the only two choices here. My hands are tied with this situation. Ain't no way to bend that advice. There is no in the middle. Now, maybe for some of you, there may have been several years ago, you know, like, especially for those of you who have been in a relationship 5 years or longer, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years. Oh, it's way beyond that point. Way beyond that point. What you got's what you got. So the only way to not have what you got is to walk away from this. If you don't walk away from this, you're going to be repeating this cycle until you take your last breath. And that's just all there is to it. All right. Now let's take a look and see what's going on with the person from the past. Let's see if anything is happening between Aries and the person from the past in December. If you're not inquiring about a person from the past, this is not for you. What's happening in December between Aries and the person they dealt with in the past? Ooh, Three of Swords. Okay, so there's a lot of unhealed heartbreak here. So for those of you wondering if they have moved on and they're happy, no, they have not. Ooh, they still pissed off at you, though. They still pissed off at you. That's for damn show. I think there's going to be communication. Yep, there's going to be communication. Absolutely going to be communication. Boom, boom, shang-a-lang-a-bing, bang. It's not really telling me a lot about it, though. I'm definitely going to have to pull an outcome spread. Definitely going to have to pull an outcome spread. But, you know, we do have the Devil card and the King of Swords in the reverse, so you can probably see where this is going. Nowhere good. I think one of the main reasons why you're getting communication from this person is because they're out of options. And 90% of the time when an ex comes back, that's the reason why. That's the reason why. Take anybody out there, anybody. I don't care who you are, don't care what your sign is, don't care if you're a man or a woman, don't care if you're gay or straight. 90% of humans, if given the choice to have anybody on this planet that they want, 90% of people would not choose somebody from their past. So most of the time when a past person comes back, it's because they run out of options. It's not all the time. There's exceptions to everything. I get that, but most of the time. Now let's see if we can dig up their intentions a little bit deeper. This deck's getting an attitude. Let me grab another one. Five of Cups. All right. Yep, they just got their heart broke. They just got their heart broke. Yep. So for those of you dealing with somebody who left you for somebody else, that person turned out to definitely not be no better than you. For those of you dealing with somebody who didn't leave you for somebody else, I think that they just thought they were going to be able to replace you. They thought they was going to be able to run out there, find somebody real quick, and it didn't turn out that way. It didn't turn out that way. They just got their heart broke by somebody else. And they going to come running back to you for sympathy. because they feel like they have a much better chance at getting a past person to come back than they do getting a new person to come in. So, okay. Told you. Told you. Well, let's see how it plays out. I got to see the outcome. It didn't really tell me the outcome in the first spread. What is the outcome? Boom, 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 boom. Justice reverse. Maybe that's why it didn't tell me an outcome, because there's not really much of one here. Not really. I kind of feel, I can't tell if you're keeping this person at an arm's distance on purpose, or if the energy between the two of you is just so awkward that, how do I explain it? Like, you all aren't coming back together with passion and fire and intensity. It's kind of like, it's awkward, it's weird, it's kind of strange. You can feel that something's a little bit off. You're trying to poke them for answers, and they're beating around the bush and dancing around subjects and not really communicating directly. They're not really giving you straight answers. They're being vague and mysterious and weird. And I'm just kind of feeling like you might just end up backing away from this then. I don't even think you're going to waste your energy on this person. I don't think so. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I think there's somebody else they would really rather be with anyways. And you were like next on the list. So, any advice? It don't sound like it needs advice. It sounds like y'all got it under control, but we'll see. Let's see if this deck wants to cooperate this time around. First of all, don't let them know how you feel about anything. About anything. Any general fucking thing. But yeah, no, if this person can't communicate directly, don't communicate with them at all. Don't communicate with them at all. So if they can't come forward and like be all the way real, upfront, open, and honest with you, just don't do it. Don't do it. If you can feel that there's more going on than what meets the eye, and you can't get a straight answer out of them, I would just cut it off completely. Completely. Just ghost them. Now, I think I already told y'all. Yeah, I told y'all this. Anyway, there's a time and a place for everything. Ghosting is not the answer all the time. Ghosting is only the answer when you're dealing with somebody that already knows you. If we already got a past history, if you already know me, I don't have to explain myself to you. You fucking know me. You know what you're doing. You know, I ain't got to explain nothing to you. I do not have to tell you where I stand with nothing. I don't have to tell you how I feel about that. You already know me. You know what you're doing. You know how I feel about that. I ain't explaining shit to you. Ghost. Poof. So don't even let it turn into drama. Or at least try to minimize the drama. Because, you know, if a manipulator doesn't get their way, they might start throwing fits and trying to create drama. And in which case, you know, there may be some drama that gets caused that you have little control of, but minimize it to the best of your ability. Because I'm telling you what, if you can find closure with this situation right here, you got blessings coming in that will make you look back on this person and laugh. I know I keep telling you all that, but from the way it looks, you all still aren't letting go of this person. So that timeline is going to get pushed out month to month to month until you're able to let go of this. So, all right, y'all. Well, I feel like those were the messages that my Aries family needed to hear. So I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, y'all, for those of you catching this video in November, we are now officially running our Black Friday sale. From now until November 30th, there will be $100 off all Zoom call readings. Okay? So all the information for scheduling personal readings and the link to my website is right down here in the description of this video. Okay? All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay blessed.